When Skoda can announce a new electric vehicle for India, how can big brother Volkswagen stay too far behind? Volkswagen, at its annual brand conference, has finally confirmed its first battery-powered vehicle for the Indian market. It's standing right next to me. This is the ID.4 and there is a lot to know about it. This is coming to the Indian market pretty soon and there is so much to unpack on this vehicle and I will do that in this video. But before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to Car and Bike and hit the bell icon so you're notified every time we upload a new video. Now come with me as we take a closer look at the ID.4. Now the ID.4 isn't a brand new vehicle in the sense that it has been around for a few years. This was first unveiled in 2020 and since then this vehicle has not really changed much on the design and styling fronts, but it is still a pleasant vehicle to look at. At the front, you will see it has these IQ LED headlights, IQ light as Volkswagen likes to call them, and they're linked by a light strip which spans the width of the SUV's face, and you have the new 2D VW logo as well, which looks pretty cool. On the whole, the ID.4 actually is more crossover than it is SUV. As you can see, it's not too tall, but it is a sizable vehicle. It's riding on these large dual-tone wheels, which make it more aerodynamically efficient. And along the sides, you will see that it has this two-tone sort of finish, which looks pretty cool. The silver element on top drops down at the rear. And at the back, you will see there is a wide tail light unit. And the tail light itself incorporates individual elements, which when lit up look really, really nice. On the whole, the ID.4 is pleasant looking. It's not exactly a butch SUV, but it will appeal to those looking for a neutral design and for those who enjoy Volkswagen's clean and simple design language. So now we're inside the ID.4 and the first thing that strikes you is this is typically Volkswagen even though it is an EV. The interior design theme is actually fairly simple and uncomplicated. The dashboard has a layered effect and everything feels really well put together. This is the updated ID.4. So this one now gets a larger central touchscreen. This is a 12.9-inch unit and it's also running the latest Volkswagen software. So it's got better graphics and it's far more responsive. You've got a digital instruments display which is mounted on the steering column itself. And what is also mounted on the column is the drive mode selector. So there is a lot of space that is freed up over here in the center console area. You've got cup holders, you've got a phone charging pad, you've got two fast charging ports. The pedals have this funky pause and play embossing, which I think really adds to the character of this vehicle. And in terms of features, it's got a lot. It's got a Harman Kardon sound system, it's got ventilated seats, and it also has ADAS. So I've quickly jumped into the back seat of the ID.4 and initial impressions are that in terms of width, this car may struggle to accommodate 3 occupants at the back. 2 people will be more comfortable here, but the seats themselves feel nicely cushioned, nicely bolstered, and the floor is a little bit high, so you do sit a little knees up. And I'm not sure about headroom because I'm 5'6" and as you can see, there's not a lot of room between my head and the roof. The feeling of airiness in the cabin is aided by the addition of a panoramic glass roof, and at the rear you also get AC vents and 2 fast charging USB Type-C ports. The ID.4 is Volkswagen's first electric SUV based on its MEB architecture, and this particular model is not the India spec version as Volkswagen is still to finalize the spec that it wants to offer in our market. What we know is that the international version is available with 2 battery options. The larger battery is around 77 kilowatt hours and it gives the ID.4 a range of up to 556 kilometers on the WLTP cycle. The fact that the ID.4 took as long as it did to get to India has actually worked in favor of Indian buyers because this is now the updated ID.4 and it gets a more powerful electric motor which produces close to 280 horsepower and over 540 Newton meters of torque, which is a substantial jump over the figures of the previous ID.4. What we do know right now is that the ID.4 will come to India towards the end of 2024 and it will be a full import. What remains to be seen is how much import duty is applicable on this vehicle because right now it is 70%, but under the new EV policy, Volkswagen could benefit significantly if it does qualify, and this vehicle could end up being taxed much lower at 15%. and that will have a significant impact on its price. So what do you make of the ID.4? Do you think it's a promising start to Volkswagen's all-electric innings in India? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. If you have any feedback for us, we'll be happy to hear it. Make sure to like this video if you enjoyed watching it and found it informative. And if you know somebody who'd be into a Volkswagen EV, then please remember to share this video with them.